beating 60 to 100 times each minute, approximately 100,000 times each day. The human heart is constantly moving blood throughout our bodies. The heart's importance is no secret, nor is the sobering reality that there's no greater health threat than heart disease. Every year, heart disease is the leading cause of death in America by a large margin. Thanks to the latest imaging and treatment technologies, doctors are learning more and more about the complex inner workings of the heart and how to treat heart disease. Before you see a specialist, there are things that you should be doing to keep your heart beating right. Preventing a heart attack from striking begins with you, and the first step is gaining knowledge about the problem itself.
Coronary disease has a very wide presentation. The classic symptomatology that's very well recognized is retrosternal chest pressure. Feel a heaviness on your chest, a belt squeezing, or someone sitting on you. From there, you could have shortness of breath on exertion, fatigue, palpitation, dizziness, even passing out.
It's commonly believed that heart disease is more of a man's disease and that women have much less to worry about. But the facts prove this is not the case.
Symptoms are generally and could be the same as men, but they tend to be sometimes more general. Women have more feelings of fatigue, shortness of breath, palpitations. They also tend to discard their symptoms. They don't acknowledge them. Most women have the misconception that breast cancer is one of the leading causes of death. In fact, breast cancer kills 1 out of every 27 women. Cardiovascular disease, strokes, heart attacks, demise 1 out of every 2 women. So it's the leading cause of death, even in females.
This is Holy Name Medical Center's H&H Fitness in Oradell. Centers like these are completely dedicated to the prevention of cardiovascular diseases like heart failure. Consistent exercise is just one of the essential elements of what experts agree to be a heart-healthy lifestyle. Now, you've probably heard this term before, but what does it mean? The truth is that living a heart-healthy lifestyle is different for all of us. However, there are some basic guidelines that we should all follow. We've narrowed this down into 5 categories that experts believe are the keys to living a heart-healthy life. Number 1, follow the right diet. We all know we should eat right, but what does this mean?
There's a bit of misconception with heart-healthy diets that there's a lot of restrictions, which there are some restrictions. However, I think if you think in the terms of what you should be eating and the delights that you get with eating the fruits and vegetables and the whole grains, you can come away with it thinking positively that this is going to help your heart, but it's not just restrictive, it's actually introducing you maybe to new foods, to new fruits and vegetables, to whole grains, to low-fat dairy products, and lean meats.
Next, you need to maintain your optimal body weight. This is otherwise known as your body mass index, or BMI.
The normal body mass index is between 15 and no higher than 25. And so it's imperative that in order to maintain an optimal body weight, we need to know where we fit on that scale. So we need to look at that. And so you can go to any computer, you can Google Google it or any search engine and put in for body mass index, calculator, or scale and take a look at that and see where you're at and where you need to be.
Sleep is often not considered a factor in heart health, but in fact plays a major role.
Many people probably get between 4 and 5 hours of sleep a night. We really need 7 to 9 hours of sleep.
Find balance in life. It's something we all strive for. This includes taking steps to diminish your stress levels.
Stress will cause increasing weight, will cause increase in blood pressure, and will induce disease, psychological stress, not just physical stress.
We all need to take an inventory of what our stresses are and how do we respond to them. We can't always change the stress, but we can change our response.
And last but not least, you need to exercise regularly. But how much is enough, and what should you do when you're just starting out?
If you start off walking, maybe 15 minutes, and walk at a nice pace, not where you're short of breath, but that you know that you're walking, that you're using your muscles, and then increase it, 5 minutes, and then 10. The recommendation really is about doing 150 minutes per week. And so that might be brisk walking, that might be gardening or bowling or those kinds of activities.
We understand that for many of you, it's about getting yourself to stick to the right routine. All too often, though, we need to nudge and encourage those we love to subscribe to and stick to a healthier lifestyle. So what can you do to get your loved ones on the path to a heart-healthy lifestyle? Here's some advice.
Introducing fruits and vegetables every day, every meal is important, whether they eat it or not. They just have to know that it's coming and that eventually they will hopefully taste it and eat it. And again, don't get discouraged if they say no, because you can introduce a different kind of fruit or vegetable and eventually they will eat it. And another important thing is not to make your kids finish the plate. When they're young, they actually have this self-regulating feature in them, and if you take it away from them too early, that could be a big problem for them as adults, and not knowing when they're full and not knowing when they should stop.
Also encourage the kids to join a gym or join a sport and leave the video games and exercise on a more regular basis. If you've accustomed your kid over years to not exercise and eat bad, you can't change them overnight. And you certainly want to encourage every pound they lose, and you do not want to intimidate the child, but you definitely want to slowly start changing what's exposed to them, what's accessible to them, and their levels of activity.
For more information about living heart healthy, please visit us at mybergen.com.